that would very much and quite quickly turn this into a fairly strong buyer's market. How's it going, guys? I'm Christopher McGee. I'm the owner of Halcyon Real Estate. We are affiliated with the Keller Williams Market Center in Salt Lake City, Utah. Today is the 9th of June, 2025. This is the Numbers, the Nuance. This is where you come weekly in order to know exactly what's going on in Utah's housing market right now. Okay, I'll jump right into just giving you the overlook, my bird's eye view, nuanced view of what all the numbers of the market mean right now. And then I'll switch right into showing you the numbers that I'm pulling right off the MLS to show you the data tracked over time so you can see how things are trending for buyers or sellers. If it feels like a lot of numbers, you kind of want to catch up on what it all means, just remember I've got a video flagged at the corner of the screen right now that goes over what all these numbers mean when they're up or down and what they mean up or down for buyers or sellers. Let's jump right in. Okay, so much as it has been, our inventory continues to rise. Our days on market seems to be leveling out just above 50. The number of price reductions continues to trend up, while average list price continues to trend very moderately down. The number of homes sold every week and the number of homes under contract at any given time look to be, they've trended nowhere but up until the last few weeks, so that trend seems to have been slowing. And of course, interest rates continue to hover around 7% as they have all year. I just want to point out one thing, and that's this guy. This is the updated chart for how many homes were sold in Utah each week, and we see it plummet from the low 600s into the mid-range 300s last week. Now, I don't call this a trend because it's one data point, right? This is what happened last week, only 367 homes sold. But wouldn't it be interesting if that did turn into a trend, right? Right now, it's just one data point. This is what I call an anomaly right now. I anticipate that next week we'll be up in the high mid 500s to low 600s on how many homes sold this week. But wouldn't it just be so interesting if that happened? Because if we do see a trend that sharp of how many homes sell each week in Utah against the backdrop of rising inventory and the backdrop of a trending upward number of how many price adjustments or price corrections or price drops are made on the homes on the market each week, that would very much and quite quickly turn this into a fairly strong buyer's market. So I'm not getting all dramatic and excited about it, right? But I am pointing it out. It's interesting right now. It's just interesting. We'll track it next week and the weeks to follow, of course, and keep on top of it. Let's look at all the numbers. So here's what Utah's housing market looks like as of June 9th, 2025. First of all, as always, our inventory stands right now at 12,858, up from the previous week, continuing to trend up. Average days on market last week came to 50, so down from the previous week, trending down, but also looking like it's slowed down, hovering right above 50 days on market. Average list price prior week came to 658,117, down a big jump from the previous week, still continuing a very moderate trend down overall. Average sold price last week came to $651,036. And so again, the difference between average list price and average sold price, which came in under average list, that difference came again in the buyer's favor this last week to the tune of $7,081. Last week, as pointed out, the number of homes sold was just 367, down that significant jump from the low 600s where it was the previous week and the weeks before. And right now, the number of homes under contract in Utah stands at 5,504, down again from the previous week. Not a big jump, just a little bit down, but slowing down that upward trend and starting to turn slightly the other way. The number of price reductions we saw last week on homes that are active on the market came to 1,487. That's down from the previous week, still trending strongly up. And last week, the number of listing contracts that were either canceled, expired, or withdrawn came to 453. That's down from last week's first of the month report spike that we always expect, but still up from where it has been hovering throughout any given month, first of the month report spike aside. And finally, interest rates for a 30-year conventional fixed rate loan sit at about 6.95%, down just a hair from where they stood last week at 6.96, really hovering around 7% still, right? So that's it for this week, guys. Thank you for watching. If you have any questions about any of the data that I've shown you here, just hit me in the comments. I'm always happy to respond. respond. If you yourself or if anybody you know is looking to move in Utah in the coming weeks or months, I hope you're comfortable reaching out to me. I'm gonna be happy to hear from you. I'd love to be your partner, representing you, making sure you know what the market looks like, making sure you know what happens next in the transaction, making sure things are certain, you're never blindsided, and it goes as smoothly and anxiety-free as possible. That's my job. And last but not least, of course, if this is the kind of information you wanna stay on top of, you will find no better way than to hit that subscribe button and stay up on it with me from week to week. Thanks for watching this week, guys. We'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye, bye-bye.